Parshas Teizei Rishon. This week's parsha has an abundance of mitzvahs, actually the most in all of Torah, 74 mitzvahs. We have 27 aseis and 47 lois aseis. The parsha starts off, when you go out to war, it's a war, it's not a mechanis mitzvah, but it's a war that you're allowed to go and make. And of course, the soldiers go out, and their adrenaline is up, and the testosterone is high, and of course you're going to see what we call an eshes yifas tayar, a woman, beautiful woman. She doesn't want to be killed. She wants to maybe be taken as a wife, as a slave, something. And the Torah understands that you're going to see this woman, and you're going to desire her. And the Torah says, don't worry, we're going to give you a way that you can still have this woman, but in a mutter, in an appropriate way. What do we have to do? So you have to shave her head, make her look ugly. The pasuk says "V'asas tziparnea," you have to make her nails. That's a little bit vague. Rashi seems to say that you should let her nails grow. You should let the nails grow long. While others say no, just the opposite. V'asa means to make. Just like you shaved her head, you should also make her nails. So trim her nails. Either way, I guess it depends. Some people like longer nails, shorter nails. But you have to wait 30 days. And if you'll desire, then you get to marry her. And if not, then you have to let her go. You're not allowed to sell her as a slave or anything like that. And then the aliyah turns into what happens if you have two wives, one you like, one you don't like, how you're supposed to deal with your inheritance, right? If from the first wife you have a son and you don't like this wife so much, are you allowed to give the inheritance over to the son of a second wife? And the Torah says no. And then the third topic, just to finish up the aliyah, the third topic is ben sora mara, or the wayward son. Right? The pasuk says that the son doesn't listen to the call of the father, the call of the mother, right? The voice of the father, the voice of the mother, which leads us to a very interesting thing. Why does it say separately the voice of the father, the voice of the mother? And that's a very important lesson, that in a home, the father and the mother have to be one voice. They can't have separate voices. It doesn't work if you have two separate sets of philosophies. The father and the mother have to speak as one, and have to seem as they're giving one derech for the family to grow. And Rashi points out the progression of these three topics together. What happens? The guy goes out to war, he sees a beautiful woman, he brings her home, he does everything he's supposed to do, he takes her as a wife, and then he ends up not liking her, seeing that, what her background is, how she behaves. It's not really very Jewish, even though now she's considered Jewish. And he doesn't like her, and what happens? The son from this marriage becomes ben sora mara. I heard a very, very interesting pshat, totally different than what Rashi points out. Imagine this: you're a wife, you're a child, and your father or husband is going out to war. You're davening, you're nervous, you're on the edge of your seat, however long your father is away, and you're davening to Hashem, please, please let my father and my husband come back safely. And what happens? The father comes home with another woman, and he wants to marry another woman. The ben sora mara is that son. His son who is at home davening. He says, this is what my father thinks of when he goes out to war. We're thinking about him the whole time. He doesn't think about us. That's the son who becomes the ben sora mara.